Hello? I hope we're live. Are we live? Are we live? There we go. Wait, how do I do the thing that I was trying to do before? Am I not live on Twitch? No, I am. Okay, cool. I don't know why it wasn't working before. What's up, William? Welcome in. How do I get to... I gotta do something really quick. There we go. Let me do the pop-out chat thing. I don't know why YouTube is like... It's honestly pretty weird when it comes to streaming. But we make it work. Here we go. This is what I wanted. There's like a setting I have to enable on like a stream because it doesn't like auto enable it for some reason for YouTube. But that's because of the restream program. I don't know why. Did it save? Let's reload this. Okay, it did save. Cool. Let's go back to the actual stream. Yo, what's up, A-Lob? Welcome in. And Mariah, welcome in. Alright, just gotta make sure everything's good. The YouTube stream definitely takes a little bit to like start getting going, but we got it. Let me get my counter up. And then let me grab my Switch because we're doing the distortion thing. Oh, I don't want the controllers connected. It's okay though, I guess. Doing good. Got a 3-month-old dog asleep on you right now. Nice. Living the best life. All right, let's get that going. Let me tweet out the stream. I actually keep forgetting to tweet out the stream because I'm stupid like that. But it's all good because I go straight to my Bidoof counter on my phone. And let's watch the old battle video. I need a... Okay, the angle needs to be slightly... Not like that. Slightly... like this. Yeah, that's better. I think. Hopefully. And then I already did White Flute on this other game. What's up, Malse Memer? Welcome in. Alright, I gotta get to the spot. Looks like we're gonna go here. Let me start recording too. Might as well check the unknown while we're here. Oh, that's a big boy. The unknown do not appear to be alpha or shiny. Alright, cool. And now we wait. You know what I deserve? I deserve a Prime sub. Aw, you shouldn't have. Maltz Memer, thank you for the 4 months Prime. I do really appreciate it. Thank you so much. What's the best Nintendo handheld and why is it the DS Lite? Because it's... wow, I actually messed that up. My personal favorite, in terms of, like, the way it feels to hold and, like, play... Actually, the Game Boy Advance SP. But the DS is, like, the most versatile. The DS Lite. It's obviously just the better version of the regular DS. And it plays Game Boy games and DS games. So that one's really good, too. Oh, don't tell me this is a thunderstorm. Okay, good. Good. Let's get a shiny Mew today. Or shiny Bidoof, that'd be awesome. I'm feeling like I'm gonna get something soon. I'm also 6750 in on my Motostoke gym hunt for Litwick. So, like, that's gotta pop soon. We gotta get something on one of these games. And by one of these games, I mean not Legends Arceus. You're so hyped for Pokemon today. I hope you get info for the next game. I guarantee we're getting info for the next game. I'm nervous, though. I'm nervous because it's no secret I'm not a big fan of the direction the games have been going, I should say. I'm hoping we get back to more traditional routes for whatever the next game is. I'm guessing it's going to be a Johto remake. That's my prediction. And then, I also, like, there's a chance we hear about the plan for Bank on Pokemon Day. So I'm nervous about that, too. What's up, Box? Welcome in. Dude, I swear, is this not a thunderstorm? That's crazy how hard it's raining in Legends, but it's not a thunderstorm. New mainline feature, $2.99 monthly subscription for increased shiny odds. Dude, we don't need increased shiny odds. No more increased shiny odds unless they go back to traditional encounters. Let's be real. You don't need increased shiny odds in the latest games. But they also shove those down your throat. Legends Alola would be goated. I personally want a Legends Floette if we get another Legends game. And that's solely because I just want to be able to get Eternal Flower Floette for the first time. And I think that would make a lot of sense to do. But I think we're gonna for sure just get a Johto remake. That's my main prediction. We're getting a Johto remake. If they do some sort of, like, dual release thing like they did with BDSP and Legends Arceus, which I kind of hope they don't, because that... I mean, let's be real, Legends Arceus really killed BDSP, like, after 2 months of it existing. But, if they do a dual release like that, I think it's going to be some sort of Unova game as, like, the second release. Legends Rattata? Yeah, that'd be a crazy one. Legends Bidoof. Where's Legends Bidoof, man? They really did Bidoof dirty in Legends Arceus. Not making it the mascot. What a missed opportunity. At least we got Alpha Bidoofs. BDSP just needed some TLC. What is that supposed to mean? Isn't TLC like a drug? Or is that like a TV program? Isn't TLC a TV program? Or am I thinking of something else? That was a fast distortion. Holy crap. I'll take it. Where are we at? Where are we at? There we are. There's got to be a faster way over here. Yeah, there is. Tender loving care. That's what that means. Isn't there a TV program, like a channel called TLC? What's the drug then? Okay, I gotta... There's another Alpha Carnivine? What the heck? There's 2 Alpha Carnivines in here. Where should I stand where it'll be safe? Okay, I don't think Tangle is pretty aggressive, and we're in the grass anyway, so... We'll wait there. Oh, THC. The Learning Channel. Tender Living Care. BDSP just needed more to it. It didn't even need, like, care. It just needed more to it, more content. It was very bare bones. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm more down for, like, a faithful remake than, like, an open world Pokemon game again, because I'm just over the whole open world crap they've been giving us. But, if they do a quote-unquote faithful remake of, like, Gold and Silver, it's gotta have some, like, more to it. Like, give us later-gen Pokemon. Give us a new area we can explore. Maybe, like, instead of going back to Kanto, I feel like they have to go back to Kanto, but maybe, like, instead or after Kanto, you can go to, like, just some other random spot that has, like, new Pokemon. It, like, still blows my mind that they didn't turn Pal Park into some sort of, like, wild area thing that you could get newer gen Pokemon in. Like, it was such a missed opportunity, in my opinion, because, like, I mean... Don't get me wrong, you can get legendaries and you can actually shiny hunt them, so that's good. But as someone who has every Pokemon game, when they try to hype up, like, oh, you can get all these legendaries, it's just like, you mean the legendary I have 30 times of already? It's not exciting to me. There's a closing date for bank. You're quitting your job and manipulating everything from Gen 1 through 7, 150 mons a month. Ain't cutting it. I'm sure there'll be some third-party way to send Pokemon up, so I'm just gonna pretend like I'm not worried about it. I don't want to have FOMO for it. As soon as FOMO starts, like, playing a factor in, it's like, you lose the fun out of, like, whatever it is. That's why I don't, like, make content on Pokemon Go anymore, and I don't play it nearly as much as I did, because the amount of FOMO they have just makes it, like, not as fun. Did your second Distortion the Myron's got Alpha Eevee that you didn't need? I need, like, 7 more Alpha Eevees. But obviously I would prefer a Porygon, or a Porygon 2, or a Porygon Z. Shane BDSP spent all of, like, 2 months being played before Legends came out. Yeah, like, and don't get me wrong, like, there's reasons to go back to BDSP, but, like, there's just so many... It was just a really weird decision, especially because, like, the main new shiny hunting method revolved around playing online with other people. So, like, you introduce a shiny hunting method that, like, is pretty much required that you play online with other people. And then you go and remove 90% of the player base by releasing a game 2 months later. And also, the shiny hunting method wasn't even good, so... What's up, Thor? Welcome in. Thank you for the shiny luck. $71.98 will be the shiny Mew. There's a solid chance we do not get that on stream today. Every time the lightning strikes, I think the distortion's about to start. Got an Alpha Porygon last night from Distortion. At some point, I got an Alpha Weavile. Because I have an Alpha Weavile on my file. And I don't remember it. Are we close to this thing? Yes, we're very close to this thing starting. What are we doing here? Alright, let's do it. I'll do one more encounter for Mew and Bidoof. And we'll swap over to Legends. Hopefully get an Alpha Porygon. I still need the full line of that. Alright. You restarted your red playthrough because you wanted to change your region settings. You don't mind it that much. Gen 1 is actually a lot of fun. And you got your Mew. Only thing left is to turn it into a shiny. Yeah, good luck with that. I definitely think you should try to hunt it. Try to actually hunt it. I feel like it's a lot more satisfying that way. I've never been a huge fan of people just turning their Mews into shiny with 8F. Especially because it's one of the only ways you can actually shiny hunt Mew, so it's like cooler to like actually hunt it. Alright, let's swap over to this. That's not what I want. This is also not what I want. This is what I want. Alpha Cyndaquil, we actually need this. Oh, that's goofy. This is the last we need of the Cyndaquil line. I mean, I would have much preferred a Porygon because we can get these from outbreaks, but at least it's an alpha we need, you know? There we go. Alpha Cyndaquil. Well, it's very unlikely we get an Alpha Porygon from this, so... But it's fine. At least we got something. Oh, this Floatzel wants me dead. Alpha Snorlax? Are you kidding? Is that, like, likely to be alpha? I've only seen, like, 3 Snorlax in this entire game that were not, like, from that guaranteed alpha spawn. And this one's alpha. Is it, like... Is it like the Spiritomb where it's, like, a 1 in 3 chance? I'll catch you. I'll catch you because you're really hard to get research levels for. You're okay with your Ghost Shiny Mew? It took you 2 years in the Kanto Tour to level 40, so you feel like you earned. Oh yeah, no, totally. At least you're getting it like a legit way. Did I miss? I totally missed. I definitely prefer when people use the Go Mew. I did it for my Mightiest Mark II. I just used my second one. I still have one on Go. As opposed to like forcing a Mew to be shiny through means that are not like intended. I much prefer hunting shiny Mew, but if you can't hunt it, like that's at least a good option. Okay, well now we just have to wait and see if we get like an alpha Jolteon or something. Once you get the shiny Mew, you're gonna add the most amount of marks and ribbons possible via VNP. Wish you luck on that. I mean, good luck. It's not hard to get the like ribbons in BDSP. I just did it with my Dragonite. It's a lot easier than you'd think. You don't even need to have like the stats maxed. As long as the main thing for like the ribbons in BDSP, the contest ones, this is gonna sound like a crazy grind, and it honestly is, but just rematch Cynthia 20 times when she has like her ooh, Alpha Umbreon! No way! I just gotta battle this thing. Oh, dude, why did that Drifblim just teleport towards me, man? Oh, 2 alphas we needed. This was an insane distortion. But yeah, after you do like all the post-game stuff, like you catch Heatran, you talk to Professor Rowan and get your national decks, you enable the ability to rematch the gym leaders and stuff. When you rebattle, yo, hello Cactus with the 8-month prime. Thank you so much, hello Cactus. Welcome in. How's it going? Thank you so much. I do really appreciate it. Can I throw a ball at this Umbreon? There we go. But yeah, like when you have to like rematch the Elite Four another time, and they have like higher level Pokemon and like national Dex Pokemon. And then after that, you have to rematch them one more time. You have like the max level on the time after that, and essentially, you know you're on like the final rematch because Cynthia will have like a level 88 Garchomp. And when you beat Cynthia with the level 88 Garchomp, she gives you a champion sticker that you can put on a ball capsule. So naturally, if you do that 20 times, you get 20 champion stickers to put on your ball capsule. And then you don't even need to like give your Pokemon Poffins for contests in order to like have a chance at winning the master ones. It's kind of random chance. If you're good at the rhythm game, you have a pretty high chance of winning, but sometimes it really is just like complete RNG if you win or not. But I was able to win all of the master contests with just my Dragonite that had max coolness, barely any cuteness, a little bit of cleverness, and then zero beauty and 0 toughness. And I was able to get all of them all the master ribbons and the twinkling star ribbon on it. So those stickers you get from Cynthia are kind of a huge deal. And obviously the coolness one that the Dragonite had maxed out already was like super easy to win because of that, but they're still very doable without the Poffins and whatnot. Did I just run into this thing? I'm crazy. I have a feeling this is gonna end pretty soon though. There is a Luxray over there. Let's go over here now. Oh, this thing's like actually ended right now. How did you miss? How did that thing just miss? Oh, hello. That's a female Combi. Nice. All right, well. We got 2 alphas we needed from that, so that's great. Alpha Cyndaquil line complete. We will release this regular Porygon. And then Alpha Umbreon. Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon. 30? 31. Well, it must be Espeon then Umbreon, right? Leafeon, Glaceon. That makes sense. So Umbreon goes there. Alright. Cool. Just store all this stuff in here. I might craft some Ultra Balls if I can. I can craft 4. I never pick up those iron chunks, man. Just never do it. We'll take it. That was a very good distortion. You love Legends Arceus. Your biggest regret is beating it and 100%ing everything. You might start a new save sometime. The only thing I really just don't like about Legends is the fact that it's really hard to keep things full odds. Like, you really got to go out of your way to keep things full odds. I think if everything was like effortless to keep full odds, I feel like I would enjoy shiny hunting in this game more, and then I would just play this game way more. But everything else about it's really fun. This is one of the better Pokemon games they've released in recent years, and I think it's infinitely better than Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet was like 300 steps back from this game. This game was a step in the right direction. Alright, so now we just go to the next. We shall try this place again. I'll check the Voltorbs really quick. I did not mean to throw that. There's always just like a couple Pokemon we gotta check when we go to these places because we just need them alpha and they're really easy to check. And if they are alpha, that'd be really nice. And they are not. Alright. Dude, I'm starting to think that the space-time distortion exclusives are like a higher alpha chance. Because, like, how many distortions have we done? We've done, like, since doing this, like, maybe like 6 or 7. And we've gotten 2 of the exclusives being alpha already. Like, that's a little suspicious. But let me switch back over. Alright, what'd I miss? Should do it with Gen 2 Celebi. Shiny Celebi is a much cooler Virtual Console Ribbon Master. Why is it so much cooler? Is that just personal preference? I think Mew is a cooler shiny, but I do really like Celebi shiny too. Oh, you know what? I gotta add those 2 alphas to my alpha decks. So we're at 256 now. Oh, I just clicked. Okay. There's a little button in the middle of my mouse that changes, like, the sensitivity of it. Oh, getting locked to a TID. That makes sense. I get that. Is there a way to get Aprivolls and BDSP on a non-updated cart? No. You have to, like, hack them in or trade someone. The only way people got Apricorn Balls in BDSP was, like, it was some, like, European pre-order bonus or something. Like, it was really unfair, that it was a pre-order bonus. I actually hate that they did that. It would have been cool if you could just, like, buy them or something, like, at the Battle Tower. Like, that would have been cool. But they made it so that, like, if you like, pre-ordered it from, like, a specific site in, like, Europe or something. I don't know all the details, and I could be getting some info wrong. You got, like, a set of Apricorn Balls as your pre-order bonus, when where I'm at, the pre-order bonus was, like, a couple potions and, like, revives. It was, like, so lame. And then what people did, it was really easy to duplicate Pokemon in the original version of BDSP, so they just, like, max duplicated all the Apricorn Balls. So, that's how people got them. It was so stupid. It's like I just wish we could at least trade between, like, Sword and Shield and BDSP. Oh, I should probably, like, have this game open so I could see if there's gonna be a distortion showing up. Alright, we didn't miss one if there was one. In your opinion, it feels less rare and personal to preference. Do you think it separates from? You think it separates it from GF's Mew and Damo's Mew from Emerald? Who's Damo? Who the heck is Damo? Technically speaking, if you shiny hunt the Mew legitimately, instead of using 8F to force it to be shiny, the shiny Mew is more rare. Because it's harder to hunt than Celebi. Oh, yeah, Damo vlogs. I was thinking like that's like the name of the Mew. I'm like, I've never even heard of that. I'm like, is that the name of the guy who like sails you to a faraway island or something? You don't think you can trade even locally because you're on version 1.1? You're okay with using Premier Ball? Yeah, it's lame that you couldn't get Apricorn Balls. You have to like hack them in. It's stupid. I just think it's stupid that they like coded in Apricorn Balls in BDSP with no intent of like giving them to most of the player base. Like, that is such a bad way to do something. It's completely unfair. And it is definitely thunderstorming here. Alright, guess we gotta go somewhere else. We are destined to not get the fossils anytime soon, because it keeps thunderstorming every time I go to the Highlands. Might as well check the unknown again. And maybe we'll get the Porygons. It is bittersweet getting that Cyndaquil, because we can literally just get the Cyndaquil from the massive mass outbreaks. And like that Cyndaquil could have been a Porygon. That would have been like so much better. You guys are not alpha or shiny. This is so sad. Okay. Hopefully no bad weather. Apricorn Balls were part of one of the EU double pack pre-orders, either Tresco or GameStop. Only places you pre-order them, so it was like selected EU countries. Yeah, it was just stupid. Like, what was Ilka thinking even coding in those Pokeballs into the game if there was, like, no intent to make them, like, available at all? And only, like, a very small fraction of the player base could even get access to them. Just makes no sense to me. Like, at least, like, it would have been nice if we could trade between Sword and Shield and BDSP. Every other generation of Pokemon, you can trade between the different games. Like, it would have... Because, like, even if I couldn't get, like, the Apricorn Balls in BDSP, it would have been nice to at least, like, get them from the Cramomatic in Sword and Shield, and then, like, trade them over into BDSP. Like, don't get me wrong, it'd be cool to have an opportunity to catch shiny Arceus in an Apricorn Ball as opposed to just, like, a regular Pokeball. Or whatever. Yeah, you gotta get the double pack too, so... Even worse. Do you hunt Virtual Console, Celebi, or continue your Soul Silver Shiny run right now? What are you hunting on your shiny run right now? Like, what's the next target or area or, like, options? Are you doing, like, a badge quest or a Dream Team quest? Like, are you targeting something or just going for a shiny? And it doesn't matter what it is. Dude, my nose is so itchy today. I wish I knew what caused my nose to be itchy. I think it has something to do with, like, dust and stuff. I don't know. It's, like, kind of random. Dude, I low-key feel bad for people that, like, bought the double pack of BDSP for, like, for US, it's, like, $120. When, like, a few months later, they made Brilliant Diamond $30. You have Toad out right now. Cynical is target planning on getting that sometime, but you're targeting Ghastly in Sprout Tower. Ghastly's cool. Thing about Celebi is that there's a chance you won't be able to get Celebi in, like, the mainline games in the future if they shut Bank down. So I think for me personally, I would go for Celebi. But at the same time, I think there will still be a way to send up Pokemon. I guess it's just whatever you... What shiny do you want more, is what I should ask. Do you want a shiny Ghastly more or a shiny Celebi more? That's kind of sometimes what it comes down to. Like, when I pick hunts and stuff, it's like, what shiny do I want more right now? Celebi's gonna be kind of slow, though. It's not, like, the quickest reset. It's not only a reset hunt, but there's a little cutscene you gotta watch every time. Paid €95, I think, kind of got effed, but at least you got a discount. Unlike Scarlet and Violet, Scarlet and Violet double pack, having no discount blew your mind. Yeah. I don't even think there was a discount for BDSP. There might have been. It might have been, like, 110 or something, or 100, I don't know. My friend bought it. But he split it with someone else. It was... Maybe there was a discount, because, like, I don't know why you would buy the double pack if you were splitting it, unless it was to make it cheaper. But again, like... I mean, Brilliant Diamond was at one point $20. €15 less. Yeah, I don't know how much less it would be in US. And I'm not saying because I don't know the math, because obviously I could just look that up, but a lot of times different countries price things differently. What you're worried about, all your Heart Gold Soul Silver Hunts are going to stay on Gen 4, so you feel pressure to get Celebi, but it takes the fun away, kind of. You're at 1k resets for Celebi right now. If you're capable of doing both at the same time, I'd say do that. Kind of like how I'm doing this Bidoof hunt with, like, my Mew hunt. So that one doesn't feel, like, extra tedious. Because single hunting this Bidoof would have felt brutal if I was doing it, like, with nothing else on the side. And then doing this Mew with nothing else on the side would have probably felt brutal as well. Dude, every now and then when I play Pokemon Pearl, I just get, like, a wave of nostalgia, and it's crazy. I just remember as a kid, I would bring my DS to school, I would play it on the bus, I would come home from school, and I would just sit on the couch all day after school just playing it. And my mom got so annoyed, not because I was playing my video game a lot, but because I had the volume at max, and she got so annoyed with the song, like the sounds and stuff, but they were classic. She didn't understand. Thank God that's not a thunderstorm. I'm pretty sure the weather changes on the same cycles as, like, the space-time distortions getting rolled, like, every 5 minutes or so. So I'm pretty sure a lot of times when the weather, like, changes, that's when it'll tell me a space-time distortion appears. I think US MSRP is higher after tax too. Tax depends on the state. It's different between states. For us, we have 6% sales tax. So for every dollar we spend, it's 6 cents tax. But there's some places where it's like, I think like 10 cents per dollar. So it's like more. I think it's typically around like 7 or 8 cents though. Your price includes tax. Yeah, I just saw a video on TikTok of like, it's one of those stupid like Minecraft parkour videos, but it was like, it would like ask a question and it'd be like a bunch of people like giving responses and it would just like do that with some AI freaking TikTok voice reading them out. And it was like, what's like weird things that the US does that other countries don't or whatever? Like, what's a question you have about Americans or something like that? And one of them was like, why don't they just include the price on why don't they just include the sales tax in the price? And the simplest answer for that is no one wants that. No one wants it. Not everyone wants that, is what I should say. No one likes it the way we do it, but the reason why we do it that way is because big companies and higher ups in suits pretty much get to control our whole like everything in life. So the way they want it is they want it to look like the prices are lower, so it's more enticing to buy something when they're actually higher due to the taxes. It's the same reason why gas prices they have like a fraction of a cent. They'll be like, oh, gas is $2.99.999. Like it'll just be like a bunch of freaking nines after when one of them's like part of a cent when it in reality it's just like, no, it's just 1 cent more than what it looks like. But because there's all those nines, it makes it look like a lower number. But yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid that we don't just have like the tax into the prices. You have 15% here, so every rand 15 cents is tax. So that's like worse. I don't know what the highest sales tax is in the US, but for where I live, it's 6 cents. And I don't know if it'll ever change. Like, it's been 6 cents my entire life, I'm pretty sure. Even though we've gone through multiple instances of inflation throughout my lifetime, including, like, right now. So that's everywhere with gas? Yeah, I mean, it's like the same concept, but it's just with taxes. It's just to get brain-dead consumers to think they're spending less when they aren't. And in reality, it just makes everything worse and more confusing for everyone. And it's completely unnecessary. That video had like a lot of things that like didn't even apply to me. It'd be like, it was like, what's a question you have for Americans? And one of them was like, why do you leave your shoes on in the house? And I'm like, our household doesn't. And I think it's weird that people do that. And it's actually that's not like an American thing. That's just like it's very common for Americans to not have their shoes on in their house, but it's also common for them to do it. So it's not just like an American thing. It's just like, I guess, how you were raised. I think it's weird when people wear their shoes in their house, unless you're like having a party, because then it'd be weird to like ask everyone to take their shoes off at your house, like for a party. But it's just like, it just makes your floor gross, and then it doesn't, like, you don't feel clean in your house, and that just doesn't make any sense to me. It's also a lot more comfortable to not wear shoes in a house. Used to be 14%, but that changed a few years ago. Yo, Cozy Shine, thank you for the shiny luck. You're from Brazil, and believe me, a better way is when you see how much you pay for taxes. Here, a car have 100% tax, and there's no one claims about it. Yeah, like, it's better when we know exactly what we're paying. Like, when I was a kid, it was so confusing to me when I was like, I would like want to buy like a Lego set. And like, you know, you get those things where it's like, oh, your parents will pitch in and like, oh, you save up with like chore money and stuff. And I would like save up a Lego set and it'd be like a $100 thing, and I'd be like, why am I paying $106? I thought it was like $99. I think usually my parents would like cover the tax, but it was just like so confusing to me that I'd be like, why is it more than what it says? And it just always boggled my mind. Part of it probably also has to do with the fact that like when you factor in sales tax, it makes kind of like a wacky number. It's not like a nice like even number or whatever. So like when something's listed as like $100, like that looks better than like 106.59 or something like weird like that, you know, 106.57, like depending on what state you're in. Some like weird number like that. But yeah, it's mainly because it's just to get people to buy more. The US is a very money forward kind of country, and it's kind of a shame because a lot of life is like really worse because of it. And I know I speak from a place from like of privilege, so I can't really say too much, but there's like our whole like economy and everything is very corrupt. It is very corrupt. The higher ups, they get to have as much money as possible and control everything, when most people, the average person, has to kind of struggle to live their life. Going paycheck to paycheck. It's very corrupt. And it's weird because there's nothing that changes with it. You caught Shiny Mew on your Japanese Emerald on Tuesday? Congrats! I'm so jealous. I hope I get mine soon. I'm at 6,800, so we're almost over odds. Do you see that? You probably didn't, because the focus is not the Legends game, but right before it told me a space-time distortion is appearing, there was like a flash of like purple energy or whatever on screen. That was very strange. Well, I'm like really zoomed in. I guess it's fine that I'm zoomed in. It makes it easier to see the timer. I feel like this is going to be one of those places that's hard to find a safe spot to stand. Oh, no, I just have to kill that one, No, we had this here last time. I just have to kill that one Carnivine. Or just hope he doesn't notice me. Because the Torterra is usually pretty chill. He's just like far enough away, but last time the Carnivine like came over to me when I didn't think he'd be able to see me. What's with a lot of stuff being $69.99? I couldn't tell you. Can't relate. Are you talking about like video games? That's like a new thing now. And that's because of inflation. Video games used to be $60 and now they're $70. But we're in this like weird state where like some games are $70, but most games are kind of still $60. Cousin saw a $5.99 Domino's deal until it was $5 for pizza. It's also without tax, tip, delivery fee. Yeah, it's... I see through those lies, but a lot of people don't. Also, tipping. That's another huge issue that we have in America. Tipping is apparently, like, not expected. It's, like, something that is not really practiced in other countries. And not only is it practiced in the US, but it is, how do I word this? It is, it's kind of gone too far in the US. If you don't tip someone, you are viewed as a jerk. Restaurants don't properly pay their staff. because most of their pay comes from tips, because that's how they're supposed to get paid now. It's like a requirement that you tip people, when a tip should be a bonus if someone worked well. That you do because you're kind, not because you are obligated to, because the person can't get paid properly. It's ridiculous. I really hope, and we kind of are in an era now where a lot of people would like kind of realize that. I really hope some sort of change comes out of that, because it's ridiculous. And it's getting even worse now, because like now companies and stuff like try to force you to tip, even if it's like not a restaurant or something. They'll put it on like a kiosk or something. They'll be like, hey, you should tip us 20% for cashing out your stuff, even though we're just doing our normal job. So I feel like something's got to change with that. It's ridiculous. Do you have to work outside YouTube? Really like my content? Technically, I'm looking for a job. So no. But I do like freelance stuff. I'm an artist. I've done some commissions and whatnot. Something terrible happened to your shiny Professor Oak challenge? Wait, you're doing a shiny Professor Oak challenge? What game is this? Remember you found a shiny Mankey while leveling? You found a Shroomish too? You're doing a shiny Professor Oak? I don't remember you saying that. That is ridiculous. What game is this in? A Professor Oak challenge is already like one of the most challenging things you can do in a Pokemon game, so making it all shiny is just absurd. Tipping is egregious. Alright, we gotta switch over to this. Let me get this Mew encounter. Takes financial pressure off employers. Yeah. Tipping is not suggested. Yeah, it's like you like I've heard people think you're crazy when you try to tip them in other countries. When you're in a different country, it should be like, a lot of times people tip them either because they expect they need to or because they're just trying to be nice. When in America, it's like you have to, or else you're seen as the bad guy. It's ridiculous. Yeah, tipping should be a reward for good service or like doing your job well, not in order to actually get paid. You know? You partly live off tips, you're a barman, but that's reality. You should be hold on, its text is getting cut off. It should be a thank you, not a requirement. Yeah, like that's the issue. And like I have nothing against people wanting to tip other people, obviously. The issue is the employers should pay their workers fairly, as opposed to making them require tips to survive. It's ridiculous. And then there wouldn't be like a bad stigma around like not tipping someone. Ours is advertised in the VAT, but it's split on the bill. It isn't more than is displayed. The 99 cents is still looks cheaper than actual. Yeah. Yeah, that's always been a practice where it's like $69.99 as opposed to $70, even though reality is that it's pretty much just $70. It just makes it look cheaper. I should probably switch this over, right? Alright, let's do this. Later, Torterra. Freaking Pansy gets scared of a little swirly-doo. How long does it take for the Pokemon to start spawning in? I'm always worried I'm gonna like run away from them when I like am going for the items the first time. Orion. Not Alpha though. At least you're not a Cynical. And I shall catch you for the research level. How did that hit me? I'm like all the way over here. Come on. Come on, Darkrai, what are you doing? Also, apologies if my mic is too close to my face. I don't want to hit my camera when I switch over to this. I have like pretty good mic settings now, but I'm so used to my mic settings being like not good, so that like I always had to be like kind of loud and close. But now it's like I can be loud, I just can't really be super close to my mic, and it's kind of hard to get used to that. I just got a Comet Shard. Comet Shard's more money than a Star Piece, right? Man, I'm over here waiting. Where are the exclusives? There was one Porygon. Okay, there's another Porygon. Usually they're kind of on like the sides, so it's weird that they're in the middle now. Yeah, you better miss. It's so weird that there's a random just like Magnezone spawn in this game that isn't from a distortion. Like, how does that work? Quilava. Come on, man. Quilava. Yo, these Driftlings are crazy. They just teleport to you. I think I got all the items. Either that or I'm blind. Oh, I bet Umbreon. I think we can get Jolteon here, though. I was gonna say, I'm like, I think Umbreon is like the evolution we get here, so I don't need that anymore. I mean, it's gonna come to a point where we're just gonna keep getting space-time distortion spawns that we don't need. Like Luxio. I'm surprised I haven't gotten a Luxio or a Floatzel yet from these as an alpha. You know what, Quilava? I want you gone. Oh, we can get Flareon. That's cool. I'm pretty sure you can get Eevee at like all of them, so we'll always take Eevees. But I refuse to evolve Eevee until I know exactly which ones I have. Because if I had evolved the Eevee I have into Umbreon, that would have been bad. Gotta wait until we have enough of them. Well, it's a good thing those were not alpha, because I wouldn't have been able to get them. Alright, let's get back. Let's get out of here. Only 2 more for this one page for alphas. That's crazy. Dude, I'm gonna be flowing with money just from doing all this. All these star pieces and comet shards and nuggets and oh, I don't have to catch Porygon anymore. Okay. Don't need to catch Porygon or Cranidos, I'm pretty sure. Alright, we're gonna... No, there's still Thunderstorm on the Highlands. That's annoying. Well, let's go back here. Doesn't really matter. We'll go back here. If we need something, we need something. I can still check the unknowns every time. Let's do that, and then we'll wait. There's only 4? Man, I hate when there's only 4. Like, there could be, like, I think up to 8 in here. 4? Come on. Alright, switching back. Alright. What'd I miss? You're manipulating them all in every Gen 3 game. You're a mod in a subreddit, but you found 3 randoms. Now you're gonna be their own comp. Oh, you found 3 random full odds. That's crazy. That's pretty cool. Shroom is just honestly a crazy one to find. A lot of people like will phase a lot for that too. A lot of people will target it and just spend a very long time going for it. What just happened? Something happened here. I guess I gotta reset. Whoops. Whoopsies. I must have hit A at some point and then didn't realize it and thought I was like running. Oh, I wanted to watch the video again, the battle video. What's up, Dark? You despise people who play Power World now? Why? Did something happen? I feel like let people enjoy a game. Power World's not my cup of tea. I don't really have an interest in it, but I'm not gonna tell people they're wrong for enjoying a game. That is funny. If I like accidentally misclick, I have to reset because it takes too long to get these guys at low HP and burned, and they will die from a burn no matter what. Also, I didn't even get to see what move... I didn't see what move the Mew did with Metronome. The other one did Transform. You hope Power World blows up and the Pokemon Company feels pressure to spend more resources on their games. I like that mindset. Power World kind of already blew up, but apparently it's like dying now. Like apparently it lost like 70% of its players in like a couple days ago or something. It's like the biggest drop off in like Steam history or something. But I don't like the mindset where people are like, this is what Pokemon needs to be, because I am not interested in that type of game. And that's what I feel like the Pokemon company's been kind of like doing. And I'm not a fan of that style game. I mean, like, I could probably play it and enjoy it, but like as a Pokemon game, it's just not for me. And a lot of people are like, we need the Pokemon company to go in this direction. It's like, no, we don't. We just need the Pokemon games to be more polished. Do what they do best, but do better, you know? Don't make a completely different game. And if you make a completely different game, make it like, you know, kind of like what they did with Legends and BDSP. They had BDSP as like a traditional style game, and then Legends came right after it as like its own game. It wasn't like that Legends was the game of the next 3 years or something. You've watched every stream of this Mew hunt between like 2K and now, and you still understand why your leads are burned and low HP. It's so that I cannot fail this Mew, no matter what happens, if I do my strategy correct. So the way it works is that these Banette and Shuppet, they're burned in at low HP, so that if Mew doesn't attack them, they still die that turn, and I can swap into another Pokemon. The strategy is I use Taunt on these guys for turn 1. That way Mew can't go for Metronome, because Metronome is apparently a status move. And a Metronome is like the one move that can really cause you to fail it. So use Taunt, and then swap into a different Pokemon that, in this case it's Smeargle, that has all of Mew's other moves and Imprison. And once Mew's taunted, it can't go for Metronome. And then when you use Imprison, it can't go for any of its other moves besides Transform. And then you swap into a Pokemon with a really high catch rate. In this case, I have Wurmples. And then it'll be forced to transform into Wurmple. And then you can just catch it in whatever Pokeball you want without it, like, struggling or using Roar or exploding or, you know, double edging or whatever. Like, you can't take down, like, all those moves that Metronome could select that could end the battle. You don't have to worry about that anymore. And then Mew also has a really high catch rate, because in the older games, when a Pokemon uses Transform, it takes on the catch rate of whatever it transforms into. So Wurmple's one of the many Pokemon that have the highest catch rate, so just using Wurmple. But that's why. No locks would be icing on top. Yeah, they need to stop doing shiny locks. Play a bunch of creature collections, but you don't want to touch Palworld because of the awful designs and toxic fanbase. The designs are crazy. I did learn that apparently it's been confirmed that they didn't, like, steal models, and it was just, like, heavy inspiration. They didn't use AI, so, like, I don't really have issues with it, but some of the pals are, like, cool, but a lot of them are just, like, they really do just look like bootleg Pokemon. So it's just like, eh. You don't want it to be like Palworld competition, could breed high quality, but we'll see, yeah. I just think so many of, like, the general fan, like, I don't even want to say fan base, just, like, the general population that plays Pokemon at some point are kind of like, oh, they need to be like Palworld and have a game like this. It's like, no, they don't. Like, polish the Legends style for the next Legends game, and that would be cool. Don't make every game like that, though. I don't need an open world Pokemon game that has crafting and building. Like, I don't need that. I want, like, traditional style Pokemon that's just done better than it has been in the past. That offers, like, more features and stuff, you know? Doesn't have to be a completely different game. Also turn into a shiny Wurmple. Yeah, in Gen 3 only, the shiny Ditto and shiny Mew and I guess to an extent shiny Smeargle as well, will transform into whatever Pokemon they see as their shiny form. So like, I have a shiny Ditto. Like I can send it out against like a Rayquaza or something and use transform, and it'll turn into a shiny Rayquaza. It's just like a little cool thing. It doesn't really do anything. What they have in the later games makes more sense, though. Like, I understand why they changed it, but it is really cool when you can have, like, a shiny Ditto and have it transform into like, a shiny version of any Pokemon. Did you guys see how they patched that duplication bug in Scarlet and Violet? I think it's ridiculous. Instead of properly fixing the bug, they just made it so that Smeargle can't use Transform now. Which I thought was so lame. It's like, yeah, let's take one of the 3 only Pokemon in the entire franchise that can learn the move Transform and just have one of them not be able to use it anymore. I thought that was such a lame way to fix a bug. And yeah, it's sunk, but it's like 700,000 people still play on Steam last time you checked. Yeah, but it was like millions. It was like the #1 Steam game. So unless it like actually like keeps up that level for a while, I honestly can't see that happening unless they have like major updates soon. I kind of feel like it's the same cycle. Like a lot of people say like, oh, this is a Pokemon killer, so and they just never keep that level of hype because it's one of those like, and to an extent, like the Pokemon company is the same. Like a new Pokemon game comes out and everyone's buying it, everyone's playing it, and then after like a month or two, there's like a fraction of the people buying it. But the reason why Pokemon stays up on top is because they release so many games. There's always like some game to get and play that's like new for Pokemon. When it's a game like Power World, like even if they keep updating it and whatnot, they probably won't nearly have like as much hype as the initial release, unless they just make new games. What's in the background? It's Legends Arceus. We're waiting around for space-time distortions. Unless you're referring to the Bidoof plush. Or you're referring to what's behind me. In which case it's a llama and a Dragonite and a Dratini and another Dratini and then a Dratini poster. You don't have high expectations with Pokemon. I kind of don't either. I'm very although I'm easy to please when it comes to Pokemon games. The next game, if the next game is just traditional encounters, I'll be happy with it. Like if I'm being honest. But in terms of like, do I think it's going to be a mind-blowing game that like is crazy good and the best Pokemon game ever? No. I think it's just going to be a Johto remake. And even then, I don't know if it's going to be traditional encounters. Like I could see him doing the Let's Go route. And I really don't want another Let's Go game, I'm going to be honest. Guns in the next Legends game? Yeah, true. I mean, I liked the change where like they actually have Pokemon attack you in this game. Like that was in Legends. Like that was a cool, more gritty style that we haven't seen from Pokemon. There's always been like, there's been implications of that, but never like, oh, you're roaming around and Pokemon will try to kill you. Like, like we've never really had that. So that was like a cool thing they did for Legends. You sure it runs good? Oh, it will. I'm sure it will. If it's going to be a remake, it's going to for sure run good. The reason why Scarlet and Violet doesn't run well is because they did not optimize it for what kind of game it is. And the next Pokemon game being a remake, it's not going to be an open world game for sure. Unless I'm just like completely expecting a remake and they throw a curveball and it's like not a remake, I don't know. I don't know what they would do after Scarlet and Violet, because that isn't like a new gen, you know, because there's no way we're getting a new gen. Next gen's gonna be next year, not this year. What's up, Shinx Hunter? Welcome in. Alright, I'm gonna do one more encounter. I gotta take a quick break. Legends Johto is what you're hoping for. I don't think we're getting a Legends game. I think a lot of people see Legends as like a subtitle, like subgenre Pokemon game. I wouldn't be surprised if Legends Arceus is the only Legends game. I wouldn't be surprised. It feels like every Pokemon game is different in some way nowadays. Alright, I will be right back. I am back. Let's go. How long are we recording for? 25 minutes? I'll just stop the recording. Also, I should check if a space-time distortion showed up while I was gone. Doesn't look like it. Good, good, good. Not much. How are you? I'm doing alright. I know I'm back. It's crazy. You hope they bring Game Boy games on the Switch, even though it hides out they will. Yeah, I think they're for sure not. I think they're waiting for the next... If they are going to do it, they're waiting for the Switch 2. Without a doubt. Switch 2 is supposed to come out, allegedly, September of this year. So, It would be silly for them to announce a virtual console for a system that's going to be outdated in a few months. Don't see why not. They did for the DS. Not sure why it's taking so long for another virtual console thing. Oh, well, I just explained why. There's also the issue of potentially Nintendo doesn't want them to make them games and just wants them to put them on the NSO like subscription thing, and I don't think the Pokemon Company wants to do that. But if they can make them like separate like virtual console games that you buy and download to your system, then I think they're just gonna wait for the next console. So I think next Pokemon Day we'll get those announced. That's my prediction. Yeah, Space-Time Distortion in Legends Arceus. We're trying to get all the alphas in Legends Arceus, so while I'm hunting Shiny Mew, might as well wait around for Space-Time Distortions to show up, you know? That's the goal there. Because there's a bunch of Pokemon that are exclusive to Space-Time Distortions, and they're very hard to find as alphas. Switch came out by Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Virtual Console was released in between that. Oh yeah, you're right. I wonder if that was mainly because... I wonder if that was mainly because it wasn't really certain if they were going to put, like, Pokemon on the Switch just yet. I don't know. Or, like, planning was wrong. I think... The reason... Here's the thing. I think if they were gonna intend to put the Virtual Console games on the Switch, it would have been last year when they announced the emulator thing for the GBA. Like, last year's Pokemon Day. I think it would have been last year. I think because they didn't announce it last year, they're not planning on doing it. Unless it's for, like, the next console. So, I hate to be the pessimist, but that is what I am expecting. I don't think they're announcing Virtual Console. If I'm wrong, that would be crazy. What's up, Voltage? Welcome in. I guess because they didn't put all their chips in the Switch, as we all know. Yeah. I think they were still focused on, like, the 3DS. And also, the 3DS didn't, like, lose much support until, like, much later, honestly. I'm gonna get rid of that text box. The guy talking to me is a little much. So we didn't get any AAA quality games except Mario and Zelda for the first 2 years. Yeah, and like the first mainline game wasn't until over almost 2 years. Not almost 2 years, but like a year and a half after the Switch came out. You know, like it took a minute for them to start doing Pokemon games. If there is a new Pokemon game this year, this will be like I don't know about the first time, but it'll be like the first time in a while where like a new console comes out and then like the Pokemon game will be like one of the main first games for that console. When did the 3DS come out? Maybe X and Y was like a release for the 3DS. I don't really remember. I wasn't really playing during that era. Because I'm pretty sure Diamond and Pearl didn't come out until like a year after the DS, or 2 years. It might have been 2 years after the DS. They were prepared in case the Switch failed like the Wii U. 3DS was 2011. Dang, yeah. So yeah, they like haven't done like a Pokemon release the same year as a new console drop. Unless it was like a newer version of the console, like a DSi or something. Or like a 2DS, you know? Okay, there is actually an eyelash in my eye right now, and it is not fun. Oh my gosh. Think we're getting a spin-off this year? I could see a spin-off. The issue is, you guys got to keep in mind that pretty much 95% of spin-off games are just mobile games now. So, I think the first 90% of the Pokemon Presents is going to be like Pokemon Masters, Pokemon Go, Pokemon Cafe Remix, Pokemon Sleep. It's going to be a bunch of events and stuff for those games. Like I don't like I would have low expectations for like a Switch spin-off Pokemon game. You watched a video from yours from 4 years ago about how to get event Pokemon. He confirmed it works. Yeah, I literally just I've been making a Living Dex series, and I've been doing those for the mythicals. You know, like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon content. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I can see that happening, but we don't really get too many of those anymore. You know. Why Spanish games? Because at the time, the only known way to get these events without a cheating device were in non-English European copies. So I just got Spanish copies. But good on you for noticing they were Spanish. A lot of people assume these are English copies. Black and white English rollout came out with the 3DS leaks. Huh, interesting. No, we won't get a remake of a main series game this gen. You know we won't. What do you mean by that? I think we're for sure getting a remake. That's like my safe bet. I think we're getting Johto remakes this year. They're not gonna have Scarlet and Violet be the only mainline games for the whole generation. They're just not. They happen every other gen. If we get freaking sequels for Scarlet and Violet instead, then that's terrible. And also, that's not entirely correct. Because Fire Red Leaf Green came out Gen 3, and Heart Gold Soul Silver came out Gen 4. It was only really, what, 2 times they did it every other gen? And it was because they had sequel games instead. Like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and Black 2, White 2. I don't think we're getting Scarlet and Violet sequels, and if we do, I'm gonna actually quit the whole series. I'm sorry. We're not getting just nothing. I think a safe bet is we're getting like a Johto remake. It's either gonna be Let's Go or just like a traditional Johto game. That's my prediction. Oh, there's a space-time distortion. I must have missed that. It's right where the last one was too. This is why I check the map periodically. I think it just showed up, though, because I don't think the timer's that far in. Oh, yeah, Gen 7 also did get the remake. Yeah, Let's Go's the remake for Gen 7. So Gen 7 and 8 got remakes in a row. And Gen 6, 7, and 8 all got remakes. Yeah, so your logic is a little flawed. Who is mad at me right now? I was gonna say. Let's Go is different, if you know what I mean. You can't say that you can't say that to validate your prediction. You're just wrong. Let's Go still a mainline game despite having different mechanics. It's the same as Legends. Legends is a mainline game despite having different mechanics. That'd be like saying Scarlet and Violet isn't a mainline game because it's got different mechanics. Let's Go is in every way a Gen 1 remake. It's a Pokemon Yellow remake, so you're just trying to go around so that you're not wrong. I think we're for sure getting Johto remakes this year. And if we get something other than a remake, I think it's going to be some sort of new Unova game. That's like my full prediction. Yeah, so only Gen 5 didn't. Yeah, so only Gen 5 is the outlier for the remake schedule. If Game Freak decided to make their game $70, they would absolutely get destroyed. Yeah, I have a feeling. I have a feeling every next gen console game for the Switch, like the Switch 2, I think most of them are going to be $70. I think that's going to be the new norm. So I think it's kind of safe to assume the Pokemon games will also be $70, which is ridiculous. It says lucha, which is Spanish for fight. Yeah, I mean, it should be obvious that it's Spanish. It says un mew salvaje at the beginning. And, like, all of these are not English words. But a lot of people just assume that these are English copies because they're not Japanese text, I guess. When they'll come and they'll be like, how'd you get Mew on an English copy? And I'll be like, I didn't. Honestly, if they remaster Heart Gold Soul Silver and had new Pokemon in that, it'd be awesome. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. I kind of, in the context of BDSP, I can't see them doing it. But I'd be down for a quote-unquote faithful remake of, like, Heart Gold Soul Silver, but with more post-game content that isn't just Kanto. Like, give us, like, more area to explore that has later-gen Pokemon. Like, they did it with, like, the Safari Zone in Heart Gold Soul Silver, and that was awesome. But, like, I want to see some, like, Gen 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Pokemon in a remake game. You know? Alright, I'm gonna do one more set of encounters. You count Let's Go as Gen 8 because you go based on the console? Well, that's just incorrect then. You just go off of being incorrect. Let's Go is a Gen 7 game. It's just on a different console. It is the, like, weirdest and most disconnected, I will give you that, but it is a Gen 7 game. Alright, let's switch over. We're saying it's like Generation 4, saying like Generation 4, be like Generation 4. Okay, wait, hold on, where are you going with this? I don't want to just read the same thing over and over again. Okay, you just, I'm not sure what you're saying. I'm not even going to try to read all that message because I don't know what your point is. Okay, hold up. Get your girlfriend to read it for you. She's a professional Spaniard. It's not hard to read Spanish. It's kind of similar to English, but I mean it's not 100% similar, obviously. I have to look some stuff up, but it's mainly like Pokemon moves. But I can, in context, kind of figure out what some things mean. And I took 2 years of Spanish in high school, so there's some words I do know. All right, alphas. This signal. This signal, if the Switch is actually in the... You know? Crazy how that works. You have paused the Dragonair hunt for a little bit. You're going for Roamer Week now. I didn't even realize it was Roamer Week. So busy hunting Suicune in Fire Leaf. Good luck on that.
This does put a smile
Shinx Hunter,
on my
thank you for the
face.
follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. All right, I'm kind of far from chat, so I'm just gonna, and we gotta pay attention to this. So I'll keep up. I will get back to chat once this is over. Cyndaquil, not what we want. These guys are not what we want either. Why can't I pick up the green shard when there's a Pokemon coming towards me? I feel like I don't get that many red shards here. Eevee, you need to be alpha for me. Me up here. Oh, there's another Cyndaquil. Yikers. Oh, all 3 Cyndaquil? Come on. Lame. We want Porygon. Oh well, we can still get like an Eevee or something. Like one of those 2 would be awesome. Not these guys. I don't want those ones. Okay, wasn't there an item I missed somewhere over here? Or did I already get it? It's kind of looking like I already got it. Did that Luxray just do a flip? Okay, I think I got all the items. This is a nice spot. There's like, it's really easy to just see all the items and get all of them. Go away, Floatzel. Stop following me. Stop following me. You're not gonna reach me with that. Oh, you are. Oh, wow. You just reached me with that. This Luxio's a little confused. He's like, hey, what's going on? Just got a shiny male Kricketune going for a Goomy outbreak. Nice. Congrats. Completely missed that it had wrote that many times. Oh, you like accidentally wrote that so many times? That's crazy. Yeah, I'm not sure what you were going for with that message. It was very confusing. Eevee, why can't you be big and have red eyes? This is looking like a bust of distortion. But I mean, it happens. It happened. Oh wow, that, you know, that distortion actually felt kind of quick too. I did not catch anything. You can't let's go. Oh, I already read that. It's similar to English, but it makes more sense. Yeah. Dude, and now there's a blizzard at the Coronet Highlands? What are we doing, man? The game does not want me to go to the Highlands to get the fossils. It really doesn't. It's like, oh, you want a space-time distortion? Here's Thunderstorm, followed by Thunderstorm, followed by Thunderstorm, followed by Blizzard. All these weathers that space-time distortions just will not show up in. It's like, as much as I want to wait more than an hour for one to show up, I'm good. Four again? Come on, give me more unknowns. Give me some more unknowns. Alright, back at it with the Mew hunt. Good night, Thor. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the shiny luck, Thor. I guess it was a good thing that I didn't get anything. I was not recording for that distortion because I'm stupid. Happens. Dude, we're gonna hit 7,000 on Mew today. Or we're just gonna get the shiny right now. How crazy would that be? Wow, how did I mess that up? Come on, man. I remember when we were 1,700 in on Bidoof when we started Mew. What was happening? I almost messed that up again. And now we are almost 700 ahead on Mew from Bidoof. Crazy. Hey, what's up, JG? Welcome in. You missed it. We got 2 new alphas we needed in Legends. One was a space-time distortion exclusive, but it was one that's actually not exclusive. But we still needed it. We got a Cyndaquil and an Umbreon. But nothing shiny. Nothing shiny. Cool stuff always happens when you're busy. Well, maybe we'll find a shiny Mew right now. Dude, I really hope I get a shiny Mew soon. I really hope I don't go like 20k for this thing. I had pretty bad luck last year. I'm kind of over the whole, like, let's go 20k every other hunt kind of deal. JG, thank you for the shiny luck. We got this. We got this. I definitely think I'm getting a shiny soon, but it might not necessarily be like one of these ones. It could be my Motostoke gym hunt. I'm putting a little more time into that hunt now. And I am almost 7,000 in on that hunt. And that's a 1 in 4096. I feel like we got to get that one soon. Your friend got different Go Shinies at the same time today. Mine, yours, perfect IVs. Are you kidding me? What shiny was it? That's crazy. So your friend was probably like, man, I clicked the wrong one. That is so crazy, getting just like a random Shundo. I did it one time on my alt account. I was playing my alt account because I wanted to get the shiny Mew for my Mark challenge. And I clicked on a Cyndaquil and it was shiny. And I was like with my friend, I'm like, look, I just got a shiny Cyndaquil on my alt. Oh. And then I appraised it and I was like, oh. I was like, of course, the one time I'm playing on my alt account and not my main account. Probably never happened to me again. The odds are like 1 in 2 million or something stupid like that. So you got a Shundo Execute. Do you know what's even crazier about that? Is that Bronzor is always a boosted shiny rate in Pokemon Go. Bronzor is a 1 in 64 shiny rate, and Execute is the 1 in 512 shiny rate. So not only did you get even luckier with the shiny, but you got the right Pokemon to be shiny, being Shundo. So like that is so crazy. Like Bronzor is kind of an expected shiny to get, not Execute. That's crazy. A space-time distortion just popped up as you're trying to get Toxicroaks out to make Goomy spawn, and it scared you. Oh, like this distortion spawned on top of you? I don't think I've ever had that happen. I think I've seen it happen to someone, though. Speaking of which, I should check if there is one. Nope. Hey, you're shocked by it. You want the Stuffle, but you can't complain yet. Yeah, that's a crazy one. Was it weather boosted or not weather boosted? Like, what was the weather? I think the Cyndaquil I got was weather boosted, so... You know what's happening, it caught you too off guard. You think it was weather boosted? Yeah, that's... what are the odds of that? So... Weather boost is a 4-4-4 IV floor, so it's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 12? 12 times 12 times 12 times 512. That's a 1 in 884,736 chance. That's so crazy. If you get one that's not weather boosted, it's like a 1 in 2 point something million. Which I think it happened to my friend. I forget if my friend got... it was like the first time they had the shiny hat Hoot Hoot for New Year's. And he was trying to get the hat one shiny. And he was struggling to get it shiny. And then he finally got a shiny one and it ended up being Shundo. And I don't remember if it was weather boosted or not. One of these days, the Mew is just going to be blue. Space-time distortion is forming. Let's go. Is it going to be in the same spot as before? Let's see. No, it's in Droning Meadow now. I should probably... It'd probably make more sense if I stood in the middle of the map. That way, like, we don't have to wait as long. On average. And this is where the Alpha Yanmega resides. I did not mean to take damage from that. I'm gonna hide in this bush. They'll never know. Your sister got a shiny Stuffle and released it. I mean, to be fair, Stuffle did have a community day. But that's kind of funny. What's up, Mind of Rome? You got like 12 shinies during it and you got 0? How do you get 0 shinies during a community day? I hate to be that guy, but I feel like if you get 0 shinies during a community day, then you're not trying. I think like the unluckiest I have gotten for a community was like it took me like almost an hour to find a shiny. But I like wasn't going that hard. Like, you got a crazy high chance to get a shiny on a community day, and then 3 whole hours to do so. I did a community day where I wasn't even in a spot where there were spawns. I had to just run incense the whole time and ended up getting like 30 shinies and like a perfect IV and like a rank 1 for PvP. But that was when they were 6 hours, so I had a little better chance at that. You caught them all, you swear you used incense and played for 2 hours. That is like crazy bad luck then. That's like one of those things where a community day is like actually like the most free way to just get a bunch of shinies. You get shinies on a community and you're a real player, but I feel like even if you run incense and like walk around a bit, you still have like, you should still be getting like at least a couple shinies, you know? I mean, I literally did a community day where I was in an area with 0 spawns, and I still ended up getting like a bunch of shinies and like just from my incense. Your luck is selective. You get insane stuff when you don't care, and then you get nothing when you do care. Yeah, it happens. That was me for a while, at least in main series. Where, like, I would just be playing Pokemon games and getting, like, random shinies, and then as soon as I would actually hunt for a shiny, I'd go, like, over double odds. And be like, seriously? You've had it happen before also. My worst community day was Mareep. Not the classic, the original Mareep community day. I was actually trying really hard, and I only ended up getting 6 shinies. And I think 5 of those 6 shinies were within the last 30 minutes. Like, in the first, like, 2.5 hours, I only got, like, 1 shiny. So, but that's, like, the worst I've ever done by far. Like, I've never even, like, had that bad of luck. The second worst I've done was it took me, like, an hour to get a shiny Slack Off on Slack Off day. And I, like, wasn't trying as hard for that. It was Bidoof Community Day? There was no... You're the second person that has said there was a Bidoof Community Day. There has never been a Bidoof Community Day. There was a Bidoof, like, takeover event where, like, Bidoof would spawn more and more every day, and it was, like, a 5-day event. That's how I got level 50, because they kept increasing the experience per catch every day. Until it was like 4 times experience per catch. And if you used a lucky egg and got an excellent throw, you would actually get like 20k experience per catch or something ridiculous. Now you're thinking back on it and getting PTSD again. There was never a Bidoof Community Day. You're misremembering. There's never been a Bidoof Community Day. I think there was one event where Bidoof was like spawning a lot for a day, but it was before it could even be shiny. And then when they released it shiny, it was like a 5-day event where it like started off not spawning a ton, and then like every couple days like they would spawn it more and more and then increase, but it was full odds. Like I played that and it took me over 2,000 encounters to get the shiny. You're the second person who said there was a Bidoof Community Day. There's never been a Bidoof Community Day. But I think there's been 2 Bidoof events that have focused around Bidoof, so... But one of them, it couldn't be shiny. And then one, it could, but it wasn't boosted in any way. it just ended up getting a ton of spawns on like the last day. You might be thinking of the last day of that Bidoof event that I'm thinking of, because I think on the last day they actually made it like every spawn was Bidoof for like the whole day or something. But they didn't increase the shiny rate. Bidoof is like one of my most unlucky shinies. It took me over 2,000 encounters to get a shiny Bidoof during that. In Pokemon Go, I should say. You remember event announcement, Bidoof? Yeah, like, that was the Bidoof, like, I forget what it was called. It was, like, some Bidoof takeover event. It's when they had that Bidoof, like, appreciation day, and they did, like, the never gonna give you up thing. It was during that. You guys remember that? That was the same time. Yeah, 2021, yeah. I hit level 50 because they had crazy experience gains in Pokemon Go for that Bidoof event. Alright, I gotta switch back over to Legends. July 1st, 2021 was Bidoof Day. I think that was the last day of the event. They, like, called it Bidoof Day. But it wasn't a community day. There wasn't, like, an exclusive move. Or, no, there were exclusive moves. They just didn't raise the shiny rate for it. It was, like, so I think that's where the confusion is. Because it was, like, a day where it was pretty much all Bidoof spawning, but there was, like, a lead up to it. It was, like, a week-long event, and they, like, led up to that day. Bidoof breakout for the week, yeah. They, like, led up to that day. And then on that day, it was, like, the most amount of experience per catch. Bidoof was spawning the most amount. And there were exclusive moves for Bidoof. They were, like, weird moves, like Flamethrower or something. Like, some, like, fire and, like, electric move. And, but they didn't... It wasn't a community day. It was, like, it was more than a 3-hour event. And it was, like, not boosted shiny rate. So that's probably where the confusion is, because it was like a Bidoof day, but it wasn't a community day. But there was someone in chat saying that the most amount of shinies they've gotten in Pokemon Go in a day was on Bidoof Community Day. And I was like, there wasn't a Bidoof Community Day. And I'm like, and if you're referring to that Bidoof event we had, then that's crazy lucky, because they were full odds. Like, so I thought that was funny. Because yeah, it took me like 2,000 encounters to get it. I don't care how high the odds are, you're never going 2,000 encounters for a shiny on Community Day. It's just not happening. That's 100 times the odds. This is never gonna happen. Alright, let's do this. I'm getting a lot better luck with the distortions. The first time we did this, we, like, weren't getting... Oh, I don't need to catch you anymore. We were not getting, We were having to wait, like, 30, 40 minutes every time. Another Alpha Snorlax? These things gotta be more common. The Snorlax has to be a higher Alpha rate. I've only seen, like, 4 Snorlaxes that weren't that static Alpha one. And 2 of them have been Alpha. Like... Oh, let me actually pick that up. That's crazy. I'm not sure how I feel about this spot for the outbreak, or the distortion. Eevee, be Alpha, please. If I get another Alpha Umbreon, I'm going to be a little annoyed. Because I've definitely seen more Eevees than Umbreon. So, like that. Yeah, I definitely think certain species of Pokemon have higher alpha rates. I mean, it only took us 2 Spiritomb to find an alpha Spiritomb. And, like, even Bastiodon, like, that very well could have been, like, the first or second Bastiodon I've seen. And that was an alpha as well. But it's not looking like Porygon's very boosted, that's for sure. Who knows? Who knows how these work? Dude, it's crazy how easy it is to get evolution items in this game. It's one of the better games to... Like, not only do you not have to trade for evolutions, but the evolution items are also really easy to get. It's one of the best games to just evolve a bunch of Pokemon in if you need to. Alright, Umbreon, I need you to chill and be Flareon more. Or Eevee. Just be Eevee or Flareon. Honestly, Eevee preferred, but Flareon would be great too. Alright, that's looking like most likely all of the items. Maybe? Well, who are you attacking? I'm all the way over here. That's kind of a big Eevee, but it's not an alpha. You think I can make it up here? Not looking like it. Make it up here though. The only communities you've done were Stuffle and something else. Not sure which we went without shinies for both. That's like impressive. That's like actually impressive. Usually when I play a community day, I get the full like 3, if it's like a 3 stage, I'll get the full line within like the first 10 minutes. Unless I'm like unlucky, then it'll take me like within the first 30 minutes. I need the high ground. The high ground is kind of the key here, so you can like see more stuff. How does this Lux, like the Lux Ray attack, always misses me? It's kind of crazy. I won't even realize it's targeting me, and then a bunch of lightning will come down, and I'll be fine. All right, another bust of an outbreak. Is that an Alpha Ghastly? No. But Alpha Ghastly is actually way too common. Big Eevee, but not big Eevee. True. Hey, look. I can't do that. I mean, I gotta check it, right? It's a Cherubi outbreak. I didn't know this thing existed until someone in chat a few streams ago said these things exist. And this is crazy. And I'm sure I won't get an alpha from this. How is there a way to like re-roll these things? I don't know how the permutation thing works. And I'm pretty sure that's only for massive mass outbreaks, but we'll just go and check all these guys. Because this is insane. It is insane that this is even possible. Hey. Was that it? There's another one over here. Oh, there's a bunch over here. Okay. Ow. Who just hit me? Oh, you. This gotta be the last one. No alpha. Oh, there's one here too. Well. Not that I expected to get an alpha from that, but that would have been crazy. Oh, it can work for any outbreak? Well, I guess I missed my opportunity on that. Yeah, I don't know how it works. We might have to, like, use it for some of the outbreaks. Like that. Also, I can just chill here. We can wait for the next outbreak here, or distortion here. Alright, now we switch back. Yeah, that's the first Cherubi outbreak I've ever seen. Those little stands on the old Switches are so bad. Where's my controller? Here it is. Alright. I'm gonna call, hold on a second. Okay, I gotta do something like really quick, and then I'll catch up with chat and we'll keep hunting. So be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about the wait. What did I miss? You're so glad the modern games have box limits like the first and second gen. Playing gold is frustrating. Yeah, that's true. The old boxes suck. I will say, though, BDSP and Legends boxes suck, too. They autofill to the first box as opposed to going to whatever box you're on, and it makes it really annoying. How long do community day eggs take? Community eggs take me? I usually don't need those shiny, so I don't. I usually don't get those because I don't like go super hard for those. For the when they do those hatch days though, I usually get I didn't get Riolu, but I got like 4 or 5 Azurils. Forgot the distortion spawn once you hang out in an area for a while, right? Yeah, so they show up. Just gotta make sure there isn't one that I'm like missing because I was gone. They have like set timers. It's like RNG when it like will show up, but the timer's like it's like every 5 minutes or so. So there's like one. It could show up at like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, all the way up to like 45 minutes is like the latest. But if you get on intense weather like intense sunlight, thunderstorm, or blizzard, it'll reset the timer. And if you sleep in a tent, it'll reset the timer. So that's why we just like sit here and do nothing while we wait, because we're shiny hunting in other games. Because it's hard to go for the space-time distortions when I'm like actually going for other alphas. Very hard to like be patient enough to wait for them. They exist? What exists? Oh yeah, just Cherubi. I was a little late. I'm a little late on that. That was me when you were on the YouTube side. Look up I'll have to look up the permutation guide. Some workaround if the target Pokemon isn't aggressive. You ignore eggs most of the time, so those community eggs are your only chance. Yeah, the community, so like a lot of they used to do it where every community day it was like if you spun a 2K, it was whatever featured Pokemon it was, unless it was like Pokemon with a baby. So if it was like Roselia Day, you would get like Bidoof eggs. And they stopped doing that, and it's really lame. But now it's like if they do, like they just did Chansey Day. So it's like if they did Chansey Day, there were Happiny eggs. I don't need perfect Happiny, I don't need shiny Happiny, so I didn't really care. I only picked up like 1 2-kilometer egg from that. I also didn't really care about Chansey Day. But, yeah, like for those hatch days, I'm banking on them. I need them to do a Smoochum hatch day because shiny Smoochum and shiny Jinx are like so freaking ridiculously hard to get. And I just need a hatch day for Smoochum so I can just hatch 2 of them and then have the full Jinx line. Shiny. Because they never feature Jinx in the wild. Like, right now they feature it as part of a seasonal spawn, but it's really rare. Like, you'll get like 1 or 2 a week or something. Not enough to get a 1 in 512 chance. And then Smoochum is in the eggs, but all I do is hatch Smoliv, which is annoying. If you walk for 3 hours, you usually get like 9 eggs to try for a shiny, at least last time they were all happening. Yeah. So like other communities, they usually don't have featured eggs. But the hatch days are better. I don't mind the hatch days. The only thing about the hatch days that suck is that there's no increased like incubator effectiveness. So if you like are starting off with a bunch of 10-kilometer eggs, you're kind of screwed. That's what happened with me with Riolu Day. I realized that I had a bunch of 10-kilometer eggs that I needed to hatch before Riolu Day started, so I literally spent like 2 hours before the day trying to hatch the 10-kilometer eggs, and I didn't even get through all of them, and then I was only able to hatch like 6 or 7 Riolu eggs. Yeah, I need a Smoochum hatch day. Smoochum was most common as a shiny when they first released it shiny, because it was just like one of the few babies you could get from eggs, and it wasn't like super rare, and I just got unlucky with it. And then nowadays, Smoochum is really only featured in like the 2-kilometer eggs or 7-kilometer eggs during like a few day event. Like every now and then they'll have Smooch 'em in the eggs for like an event that only lasts a few days. And I like won't even hatch a Smooch 'em during it. Right now, they're currently in the 2-kilometer eggs for the season. And this is like the one time they've been in like a standard egg pool that wasn't part of an event. It's in like actual years. And it's apparently really rare because I hatch Smoliv like 99% of the time from a 2K if I spin a 2K. It's so dumb. Shiny locked Smoliv, that's not useful for anything. And then Jinx, Jinx was even when Smooch 'em was available shiny, for a while they had their evolved forms not be shiny in the wild. And it was December of 2019 when they first decided to make Jinx shiny in the wild. And it was only via incense spawns. So naturally, it was like ridiculously hard to get shiny because it wasn't spawning that much, and there's not really anything you can do about incense spawns. Then they did Kanto Tour, which Kanto Tour has been the only solid Jinx event since it's been available as a shiny, but it was one of those Pokemon that they handpicked to not be boosted odds in any way. And it was like the only thing I needed that wasn't like a new shiny. And of course, I did like 150, 160 checks or whatever and just didn't get a shiny because it wasn't boosted odds. And then, like, they really just don't feature Jinx ever. Like, Jinx, like I saw a post where someone's like, what's your white whale of shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Go? Mine's Jinx. And I'm like, Jinx is the most obvious one that most people would probably have because it's just never featured. Like, unless you go to, like, all the in-person Go Fests and stuff, like, you just probably won't have shiny Jinx. It's just that rare. It's ridiculous, because there's Pokemon they'll feature, like, every other event, and then there's, like, Jinx that will just never get an event to itself. Why not use Pokeradar for Bidoof? Because there's a few reasons. I prefer full odds shinies. It's just more satisfying to me. Also, this is to essentially reclaim my childhood shiny Bidoof that I had. When I was a kid, my first mainline game was Pearl, and I found a random shiny Bidoof in it. And that was like my only shiny I had at the time, and I don't have that save file anymore. I didn't keep that cartridge of Pearl. So this is me like trying to rehunt that childhood shiny Bidoof, and obviously I did not use Pokeradar for it before. You got a shiny Mantike from the weekly adventure bonus 5k egg. That's your holy grail. That's crazy. I kind of want to get those adventure sync eggs, but it's hard to like time that right. Because also Munchlax is in there, and I still need shiny Munchlax. Those adventure sync 5ks are pretty good, but like you only get one a week if you walk enough. And you have to make sure you have an open egg slot, so it's like, it's tough. It's tough to get those. But that's a crazy one. It'd be cool to get like a shiny Mantike or something from Sinnoh Tour. Or Chingling. Riolu Day was rough. Your little brother didn't hatch their shiny until after the event. That was super stressful. I was stressed out about Azurill Day because Azurill was like another like white whale shiny that I just never got. Like everyone had like 50 plus shiny Azurills and I just had never hatched one before. Like I was like triple odds for a shiny Azurill, and like Azurill's a Pokemon that gets featured more often than Smooch 'em, and I just got super unlucky with it. And then they did Azurill Hatch Day, and this was going off of Riolu Hatch Day, where I didn't hatch a single shiny. My first egg was a shiny Azurill. I was like, thank God. And I think I ended up hatching like 5 or 6 from like the eggs I got. Yeah, so for Sinnoh Tour, all the babies are going to be in eggs. I think even Mime Jr. is going to be in the eggs, but they're in like the 2Ks and 5Ks, I think. And then the regionals are in 10Ks, so like Chatot, Carnivine, and Pachirisu are going to be in the 10Ks, so there's like something to hatch from every egg, but the probably the most important ones would be the regionals. But it'd be cool to hatch like a Chingling or a Mantike or something. You knew Rock Smash, so you couldn't move it to Gen 5. Oh, you found a random Bidoof, but lost it via the Void glitch. How do you... Oh, did your game, like, self-destruct in the void or something and you, like, couldn't get out? That's unfortunate. You're gonna buy the shiny Shaman and the adorable Giratina outfit. I don't think I've seen the Giratina outfit. I'm gonna get the Shaman. I always get those mythicals from Go. I'm bummed. I'm really annoyed they're not doing like Manaphy and Arceus. I feel like the tour events have been getting worse every time they've done them. We're like, last year they like heavily nerfed it so that they could sell more tickets for the Vegas one. It feels like, in a sense, the Sinnoh tour is going to be a little better than the Hoenn tour for the global event, but they're not even releasing all of the Sinnoh Pokemon. Like, we're not getting Arceus, and we're not getting Manaphy or Fione. And it's like, the whole, like, when Kanto Tour and Johto Tour came out, the idea behind them was like, all right, every shiny is released from these generations now, and you can obtain every Pokemon in some way from this event. And they just aren't doing that anymore. Like, the whole point kind of got lost. It's just really sad, especially because Manaphy is one of my favorites. Or like Rotom, like we're finally getting the normal Rotom, but there's still like half the forms that just aren't even, or more than half the forms that just won't be released. So that's like stupid. Yeah, you get surrounded by invisible walls. Yeah, that's kind of what I meant. Like, that can happen in the Void. It's if you, like, do something wrong. You, like, take a wrong step or something. Shit, level 30 and Go. I don't know if that's hard or not, but it took a long time. It's not really hard anymore, because there's so many ways to get a ton of experience. Like, if you just get good at hitting excellent throws, you'll level up really fast. Excellent throws are the best way to, like, get experience in Pokemon Go now. And then you can get, like, best friends, and then use Lucky Eggs when you get a best friend. It's a immediate 200,000 experience. But, I mean, hey, congrats. That's still an achievement. You're not familiar with Go Tour, but this one so far is whack. The mission just gave you 2 encounters with Bidoof. This is like the setup for the event before Sinnoh Tour. They're doing like a Sinnoh event before Sinnoh Tour. This is just to like pick your versions so that you can like decide on like what origin form Pokemon you're getting, either Palkia or Dialga more commonly. But, I mean, the Bidoofs are supposed to just be like a goofy thing. It's not supposed to be anything special. I think Sinnoh Tour Global is next weekend. Not this weekend, next weekend. Because this weekend, I think, is the LA one. You don't know about you guys, but you're getting the pink horse. Yeah, I'm choosing Pearl. Like, Pearl was my first copy. This is the first time there's not, like, version exclusives, because the only, like, new shiny release that's, like, a wild Pokemon is Stunky, which would have been just unfair if they made that a version exclusive to Diamond. So, I'm just gonna choose Pearl. Plus, the bonus for Spatial Rend is just gonna be better than Roar of Time. Roar of Time, like, makes it so that your Lucky Eggs and Star Pieces and Incense last, like, a few minutes longer. But Spatial Rend gives you, like, double the spawn radius. So if you're playing, like, a Sinnoh Tour event, like, you're gonna want that double spawn radius so you can, like, get more shiny checks in easier. Like, that's just gonna be a better bonus for the event. Obviously, Roar of Time has its use, but, like, I feel like for an actual, like, Sinnoh Tour event, Spatial Rend is just, without a doubt, the way to go. Did I miss this thing? I did. You don't know why, but the pink horse is pretty cool. I think it would have been way cooler if it had arms. I'm not the biggest fan of the origin forms of Palkia and Dialga. Like, Palkia would have been so cool if it also had arms. It was, like, actually just a centaur. But it's just weird that he doesn't have arms. Wish Platinum version was choosable. They've never done that, though. In fact, all the other ones, I've always chosen the version that I liked least just because they gave me version exclusives that I needed shiny more. Like, out of, like, red and green for Kanto Tour, I chose green, even though I would have preferred red because I needed Bellsprout shiny, and that was a version exclusive. For gold and silver, I didn't really have a preference. But then for... Oh, no, Ruby, I actually did choose Ruby. Yeah, no, the version exclusives were actually beneficial for Ruby for me. Which is funny because they actually swapped Volbeat and Illumise for the exclusives. Because Volbeat is a it's not an exclusive, but it's more common in Sapphire, and then Illumise was more common in Ruby. But for Hoenn Tour, they made it so that Volbeat was for Ruby, and then Illumise was for Sapphire. And Illumise is my regional, and Volbeat isn't, so I'm like, well, I'm going to choose Volbeat. And then there was, like, Sunny cast form, and I already had the shiny Rainy cast form, so I was like, yeah, I'm choosing the Sunny cast form. But yeah, I would have definitely preferred to choose red version over green version, but green version just had better encounters for me. It was like Hitmonchan and Bellsprout. And Hitmonchan I think is cooler than Hitmonlee, and then Bellsprout I just needed. But then it wouldn't be a horse, but it's not a horse, it's like a centaur, just without arms. It's a little too humanoid on the torso part to be just a horse. You just got an ad for Go while lurking? That's funny. It knows, it knows. Shiny origin forms, JK, you heard you said there was none. None what? No, you'll be able to get the shiny origin forms of Palkia and Dialga. It's just the exclusivity is like, they're making the signature moves that give you, like, bonuses, like, not guaranteed unless you choose a version. So it's like, Spatial Rend, if you raid an Origin Palkia, it's guaranteed to get Spatial Rend if you choose Pearl version. If you chose Diamond, it only has, like, a chance. And, like, vice versa. And then I think the bonus lasts longer when... depending on the version. So if like I use Spatial Rend have chosen Pearl, then like Spatial Rend will last longer than if I were to use Roar Time with having picked Pearl. I think that's like really the only thing the version exclusives are. But not shiny, you were talking about new shinies. Wait, what do you mean? No, you'll be able to get the shiny origin forms of Palkia and Dialga, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they've confirmed that. A lot of the times when they do release new legendaries, they shiny lock them, but I think this time is different. RC should have had a form for the legend plate or whatever it was. Missed opportunity. I'm okay with it, because I wasn't really a fan of the origin forms of Palkia and Dialga, so I wouldn't really want them to butcher Arceus anymore. I just think the regular forms of Palkia and Dialga are so much cooler. I'll double check. Let me double check to see if you can get shiny Palkia and Dialga. Wait, hold on. Hold on a second. Alright, hold on like 1 second, guys. Okay. I just had to clear something up. Bellsprout shiny is nutty, and the worst part about picking green version and I needed shiny Bellsprout is that I didn't get a shiny Bellsprout. I went like way over odds for it and just didn't get it. Anyone, which Let's Go game has more dippy shinies? I don't know what that means. Both Giratina forms are great. Yeah, they are. Giratina, here's the thing. Giratina I thought was cool, but then when Platinum came out, it made me like Giratina so much more because its origin form was that good. I did not feel the same about Palkia and Dialga. I don't know what... I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know what they were thinking with those designs. That being said, they probably would have been cooler if I didn't get them leaked to me beforehand. Shooty needs a timeout. I don't even know how to time out people on YouTube chat. Oh, well... Oh yeah, I can easily do that, actually. Cool. It's just called a long-necked horse. You can find them in Albuquerque. Well, it looks stupid on Palkia, I'm gonna be honest. It would look cooler if he had arms. You can find them, they form Arceus. I think that's a stretch, and I also think if that is true, I don't think that was intentional, but I think if that was the idea, I think that's a really dumb reason why they did that. Why they made them those designs. That honestly makes it like even stupider for me. I think it's clear that they made origin form Palkia and Dialga to kind of resemble Arceus in a way. But I don't think they made it intentionally so that if you combine them, it makes Arceus. Like, that's... But even if that is the case, that's like a really... That's like such a dumb reason. Yo, shut up when I praise Bidoof. Where have you been, man? We're literally shiny hunting Bidoof. Dialga isn't much better. It looks like it swallowed a giant log and got stuck. I've heard a theory that, like, the reason why Dialga has that thing on its throat is so that it's like, can't use Roar of Time. Like, its throat is like, blocked. And then, like, the reason why Palkia doesn't have arms is because so it can't use Spatial Rend. They're almost like the, almost like confined forms, if you will. Which I guess makes a little more sense, but that's also kind of a stretch, if I'm being honest. Weird thought, what if Origin form, Palkia, and Dialga were forms of Arceus, and Arceus got tired of running 3 ships and got some employees to make the universe? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how, like, the lore works with those Origin forms. Is there a space-time distortion? No? Okay. YouTube over Twitch? I definitely think Twitch is a way better streaming platform than YouTube, but YouTube has its perks. I've been having a lot of, like, weird issues streaming on YouTube, and I think Twitch is a lot more polished. But as a viewer experience, YouTube's probably better to watch streams. From a streamer side, YouTube is definitely worse. But from a viewer, it's definitely better. Do you have the Giratina Pokédoll from the Pokemon Center? No. Is that like a pre-order bonus for something? Or is that just like a plush? You give me Bidoof luck? I hope I get Bidoof. I really hope I don't get Starly. I made it nighttime, so Bidoof's more common. Because normally they're 50-50, but at night, Bidoof is 60%. It's just the Pokemon Center Giratina plush. Is it Origin or Altered? Is it the Origin one or the Altered one? The first result is an Origin one. Oh, but there's also an 18-inch Altered one, too. It's out of stock and $44.99. And then the Origin one is for some reason $5 more. And it is smaller. It's like 7 inches smaller and it is $5 more. I don't get that. Interesting. I mean, it's a plush. Original is Altered, but the last year they made Origin. Yeah, I don't know why the Origin one is smaller and also more expensive. Unless that's like an old listing. I know for like all their Sitting Cuties price like plushes, they increase the prices and you can still see the old prices. They're just listed as out of stock. So I wonder if that's like the difference. Giratina surprise in Legends, one of the coolest things in Pokemon game. Yeah, that was one of the most memorable like battles ever. And like probably one of the most, if not the most difficult battle in Pokemon history. You fight literally a champion followed by 2 legendaries, and you can't heal between. You essentially fight someone with 6 Pokemon on your team, 2 of which are a very strong legendary. What's my favorite anime intro? Here's this XYB hero. Well, I only know like the first 3, so I guess the OG one. I can't really give you a solid answer on that. You heard a shiny in Legends Arceus? That's wild because I'm literally not moving and in an area where Pokemon don't appear, so that's kind of crazy that you imagine that. Every Pokemon is just so squishy in Legends Arceus too. I mean, they're squishy. They're just kind of big in Legends Arceus. I don't know about squishy. You swear? You were mistaken. You probably heard the sparkles of my shiny Shuppet and Banette. I'm literally at a camp where you just cannot get Pokemon, and I'm not moving, so... There's no way I'm getting a shiny. Even a neutral move from a level 70 can deal half damage to a level 100. Yeah, the scaling of, like, the battles and stuff... Like, that's one of my issues with Legends Arceus, is, like, I'll have, like, a level 100 max EV, like, whatever, Darkrai that's using Dark Pulse, and it won't one-shot, like, a level 60 Pokemon. But then the level 60 Pokemon will do, like, more than half damage to my Darkrai. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I don't get it. Fight made you question where the fun kids game went, fighting Satan's fanboy, followed by actual Satan twice. Yeah. When that electric guitar kicks in, you're just like, oh no. You're gonna give me luck for Bidoof? You already said that. So where's the shiny? I'm gonna try to get to 7100 on Mew today. I need to praise him to get it. Dude, it's so wild to me that like people will be in chat and they'll just keep going on and on about something, thinking they're like hilarious about it when like clearly no one's cares. And they just like think if they keep trying, then like they'll get a reaction. That's you right now, Shooty. If I wasn't blatant enough. Ever since Bidoof Day, people have gone insane. It's getting far too much attention. It was like that before Bidoof Day, though. The cutscene with Vola screaming like the anime protagonist rival. When that happens, bro, you knew Garchomp was the only way out. And Vola screaming? I don't think I know what you're talking about because there's no voice acting in these games, so I can't really figure out what you're talking about. Because there's not like an actual screaming in this game, right? The intro when the text was all caps. Like for the battle? Yeah, I don't think I have as much a connection. I definitely think modern Pokemon games need voice acting to like really hammer home what they're going for. I don't really like relate as much to like certain things. It's more of like the gameplay that I like resonate with is what I'm trying to say, not relate. Like, the battle was crazy, but, like, the dialogue, like, I didn't really care about that. Oh, you're talking about when he says strike them down or whatever with Giratina? Yeah, I didn't really hear that as screaming, but I guess, I don't know. They need to have voice acting. You can let people mod to keep the chat running smooth. You have experience. I'm not gonna mod anyone. I don't care enough. Oh, it did that thing again where the whole screen like flashed this like. It flashed like this special thing across the screen when a space-time distortion showed up. It was like part of the distortion just like flashed across the screen. Where am I going? Oh, here it is. It's just like lower. That's why. This looks like a... No. Let's go over here. This looks like a safe spot. This one shouldn't take too long. You Shooty. I hate to be that guy, but I think you think you're funnier than you are. Yeah, I think they need to have voice acting in Pokemon games, especially Scarlet and Violet, dude. With all the trailers they had of Scarlet and Violet that had voice acting, it was so wild that they just didn't include voice acting. And I'm not one who like embraces AI. I think AI is like not really a good thing most of the time. But one thing that AI is kind of crazy for, if you think about it, is that one of the reasons why they probably don't have voice acting in Pokemon games is because they wouldn't be able to say your character's name. But you can actually do that if you incorporate AI into that, just to like have them say like the random names. So like that shouldn't be out of the question. Their main like reasoning, quote unquote, for not having voice acting is because they want people to like make up their own voices, which I think is BS because they literally will give voice actors like have voice actors for masters like a month later, like actual, and then for the anime too. So it's like, all right, just use those voice actors in the game. And if you have an issue with saying the player's name, you have some like way they can say it with AI, but only for that. Obviously, I don't think AI should be a replacement for anything, but it could be used as a tool in some instances. You know you're not funny. Hey, at least you're aware of it. Mods are needed for trolls in the chat. I mean, I can ban them if I want to. They're just not bothering me enough. All right, I'm going. These are the last encounters for Mew and Starly. I'm going to switch over to Legends, and we're going to do the last distortion. So let me get out of here. Weird April Fool's idea. You just do Scarlet and Violet hunts and freak out for every shiny like it's full odds. And then make you say, I saw that right away. That'd be so funny. Alright, guys. I'm going to be shiny hunting in Scarlet and Violet today. Yo, no way! Shiny... whatever. I saw that right away, dude. No, what are the odds? That was so fast. Every time. That was so fast. Literally every shiny. That was so fast, dude. What the heck? That would be so stupid. I'm not really one to do April Fools because there's this whole thing of like YouTube algorithm, and when you do like any sort of video that's like different than what you normally do, you kind of get punished for it. So, I mean, maybe. It's a good idea though. It was better in like older YouTube. Older YouTube, you could kind of get away with stuff like that. That's why you saw more like April Fool's style videos before. At least in like the Pokemon scene. Okay, I'm going to restart the recording because if I get an alpha I need, I do not want this to be a 40-minute recording. Shooty has made their way into the Twitch chat. Everyone get scared. That was so fast. Dude, I can't believe it. What are the chances? I just got two in a day, dude. 3 in a day. 17 in a day. What are the odds? This is the luckiest I've ever been. No way. What do I need here? Sneasel. Sneasel is the Fieldlands. Yeah, this guy. Gengar. The 2 bears just staring at me. Well, no Sneasel. At least they were 3 Sneasels and not like a starter. You might not be able to get a starter in this one. It's probably only like the Highlands, the Mirelands, and the Icelands that give you starters. I'm gonna get an Alpha Licky Licky and it's gonna be very disappointing. Did we get all the items? I think we did. I might have to KO these Sneasels. Although with Sneasel, you don't really have to like catch them or anything because the Hisuian counts. It'd be Weavile that'd be like more important. But I have like actually nothing good for this thing.
This does put a smile on my face.
Shooty, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. What am I looking for? I'm looking for alphas. You're watching on YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, is it probably delayed or something? You just got shiny number 47 and saw that right away. You saw that right away, dude. I'm gonna KO. Oh, bodyguards. All right, we're not KOing that Sneasel. We'll KO this Sneasel though. You're gonna listen to a book. Good luck. Yeah. Well, this is what we're ending on. We're ending on this last outbreak, which we can't get an exclusive from it, but we could still get like an Eevee or something. So. No way I'm in a battle with these two Ursaring too. You're gonna stop bugging me now? Good luck. All good. Like other guys who say generic things like adventure or whatever. Wait, what are you talking about? Did I miss something crazy? Alright, all the Sneasels are gone. Now we can go back to Darkrai. You had fun as well on the stream. You stream tomorrow? I mean, maybe. I don't really plan it out, but there's a solid chance I stream tomorrow. I kind of don't really have any content at the moment, so I kind of have to keep streaming. What is that? Is that another Haunter? It is another Haunter. Yeah, no, I'm struggling. I'm not really getting any shinies. At least full odds ones. Dude, the double Ursaring is just... I'm not feeling that. Just give me Eevees. That's all I want are Eevees. I did get an alpha Lickitung from one of these, and I don't need a Lickitung. We keep getting alpha Snorlax too, and it's just like, come on. Or like an alpha Onyx. Like, I just want Eevees, man. Or the Distortion exclusives. I wish we knew like exactly the odds of alphas. I think it varies per Pokemon. I think in general most Pokemon are probably like 1 in 100. But like, yeah, I think some of them are like way more common than others. All right, well, nothing from that one, but that's okay. We still got items. When did I get all these Vivi chokes? All right, well, that's gonna be it. Oh, you were saying it, oh, for the voice acting for the names? Yeah, that'd be a good workaround, but I feel like now, because we have, like, the whole AI, like, thing, it wouldn't be hard to just have it work to say other people's names. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, they start doing that for, like, RPG games. Because, like, I'm not really, like, for AI. I think AI shouldn't be used as, like, a replacement. It shouldn't be used as the main thing. But it can be used effectively as a tool. Like, apparently even in, like, the Spider-Verse movies, they used AI to develop their, like, style. Obviously, they had real artists working on it, but, like, I think it works in a sense of, like, using it as a tool, to make something better as opposed to making the entire thing out of AI. Because when you make the entire thing out of AI and you use it to replace real people, like it's not only is it going to be terrible, but it's not a good thing morally to do. But yeah, hope to see you tomorrow's stream on the next time, on the time instead of Pokemon Go grinding. If you're out though, good luck. Well, thank you for hanging out. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. 2 new alphas, but no shinies. So next time maybe we'll get some shinies, and I'm probably gonna hunt my Motostoke gym hunt tonight. See if I can get a Litwick, because I'm very due for that. But that's gonna be it for the stream. Thank you to everyone who tuned in, and I